But make sure you stay tuned. Also, another reminder is to use the hashtag Blitzkrieg Masters to have a chance to have your tweet appear on the break screen, which is going to be shown right now. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Coastal between Team Endpoint and Bot123. Bot123 won the first map on Liberation 16. 10? 9? Something like that. Anyway, Bot123 won, and now we're on to Coastal, the second map. And it does seem like Bot123 have all gone with goers, and same with Endpoint. I mean, Carbines and then Endpoint bought goers, and Flashy's actually the one to get an opening kill onto Sus, getting a nice headshot. Fancy in a little bit of duel, getting stuck between J-Money and Icons, and he's gonna fall. Dackers does manage to get one for himself, but not for long, since J-Money finds the head of him and Saint finds Tim, just leaving Supreme in a 1 versus 4. This round has gone fast. My throat is very dry already. Supreme looking to get one more at least, and he does, able to get down J-Money. Actually, after he got tagged, so still a little bit costly, since J-Money was able to get back with a tag. Like 2 tokens. And 3 players left alive, and 1 in the tree. Does fall and survive, but that's the information gained, and Supreme looking to try and hunt him down, but it's not going to go to that. But he does manage to get another token, in fact. That's 2 more tokens for him. Going into the next round, and even if he saves this, it'll be pretty good. Maybe get 1 more kill. Could even pick up a Carbine if he wanted to, but he doesn't run like it was. Let's see what he does here now. Supreme just looking to get some exits, not really trying to win the round, but Flashy denying him any chance. First round going in favor to Bot123. And it's going to be 1-0 onto Coastal. And they're starting on allies, so it's a little bit more difficult, since Team Endpoint was the ones which able to win the 9th round. It was close. Max unable to clutch it against Sus and Dackers. Let's see how they can clutch in these rounds. They have 4 skewers again on the hands of all of the axes. Well, on the other side, you see Grounds and J-Money and Icons. And Carbines and Max and Flashy, even a Thompson on Saint. Which, Dark, I know he loves that gold Thompson. Flashy finds ahead of Sus early on. He does get tagged up a bit, but that's a good start for him. Saint also gets another one for his troubles, making it 5 versus 3, and it should be going in favor to Bot123. However, there's still 2 more players towards the bomb site. 1 in bomb, which I don't think Saint will check. Bottom right. If he does, he'll be surprising. Dackers wins that fight and able to get 2 tokens for a trouble, as well as a golden Thompson. 3 versus 4 low. Still in favor to Bot123. If you're Bot123, you know there's 2 people towards the B bomb site. You probably want to switch towards A site, try and kill that 1 player, which is Supreme, who's flanking right now, and he could cause some trouble. But Max, he's doing a lot of damage. Talking about Supreme, it does take out J-Money. That flank causing some troubles now for Max. Let's manage to get a token at least back, but Flashy takes out Supreme, just leaving Fancy alone on the B site, and they're going to win that duel. 3 players surviving once more for Bot123, and that's the 2nd round secured, and the economy not looking too good for the Axes. If they force into this once more, it's not going to go out for them, so you should see an eco go down, maybe a smoke on Dackers or a Gua, but that should be it. A smoke on Supreme, actually. He was one of the ones which had 3 tokens, but I would have favored Dackers a little bit more. On the other side, on the allies, they can continue buying. They've got that win round bonus. 2 still on Icons and 2 on Flashy and Max. Only Saint and J-Money yet to buy. Max unable to find any tags from mid in the smoke, despite 1 player pushing so well. J-Money does manage to get 1. Dackers and Supreme finding kills for themselves. But it's going to be a short-lived, since Icons will get a trade onto Supreme. But Tim and Dackers still surviving. There's Jules. And Dackers just heading away. In fact, Dackers is getting a flank. He's able to get down 1 more, Max. And now you see Flashy in a tight situation. But it's not going to be a tight situation anymore, since he finds ahead of Dackers. There's nice shots coming in from Flashy, in fact, this game. Just seeing Flashy and Icons left in a 2 versus 2 against Sus and Tim. This post round, then it should be Team Endpoint fighting furiously, and whatever kill you get, you want to go towards that bomb site. So if you get this kill here on Tim, you want to go towards A. If you get a kill onto Sus, you want to go towards B site. It all depends on who you kill first. It does seem like they want to favor to kill Tim and then Sus. It does seem like Sus has decided to rotate early, and Tim able to get the kill onto Flashy, and he's just surviving, allowing Sus to rotate. And there we have it. Sus has rotated, but he's unable to get the frag just yet. Icon still surviving for the time being. 15 seconds left. He needs to find these kills, but Tim's going to win the duel. And it's going to be a round for Team Endpoint. 2-1. Still Bot123 at the lead, but now their money looking a little bit broken. Same and J-Money, hardly anything left, but it should be a buy. Icons has 5 tokens. He's going to buy a grand. Max and Flashy also have 4. I think Max only had 3, actually. He buys a carbine on this grenade. Sorry, my mind went blank. But the buy on Team Endpoint, not looking as good either, to be honest. It looks pretty similar to the buy Bot123. Maybe a little bit more SMGs, but long-range duels should still favor for Bot123. Really, they want to go for the long-range duel. I mean, short-range duel, since they are the ones that are pushing after all. At the moment, all 5 players still alive. Dacus making that difference. J-Money does get a refrag onto Supreme. They need to be careful with Dacus now. He's in this team position, and Flashy opening up B site, but there's still Dacus too, which can cause problems. We do have advantage though, as well as the B site. However, like I said, Sus and Dacus are still in the area. Bomb slowly rotating towards the B site. In the hands of Icons. Dacus actually in a duel with J-Money. He's going to win that duel, making it 3 versus 3. Dacus has done a lot of damage this round alone. Bomb should be going down. Flashy able to take down Sus before he could do anything up in the stairs. Great position on top of the statue. He's just watching Garden, but both players playing together towards Connector. And that's something we want to go towards L on the truck position. Dacus airing out. Well, Fancy's looking to push from in front of Chuck, and that's going to cost him since Icons is there watching it, but they don't expect Dacus. Dacus close up in Icons' face, but I mean Flashy's face, but it's Icons who gets the kill. Great round from Icons and Flashy, both getting 2 kills themselves, and that's the 3rd round, and that's the economy lost once more for Team Endpoint. Either team can't really grow their economy much since both teams making it difficult. Let's see what they can do here now. Goose and 1 MP44 in Team Endpoint's hands, and carbines as well as her hands and a Thompson and hands of Saint. Saint had a pretty good game last map, as well as Max. Max been a little bit quiet this one. It's actually Dacus. It's doing a lot of damage. Max does get 1 back though, back to 4v4, but Saints increased their advantage now, taking down Fancy. Dacus trying to do some damage himself. He's unable to find the frag. In fact, time just got the best of them. Since Max just able to stick his grasp, and Saint has managed to tag him up a little bit. But that nade almost killing Saint. So close. It was just a second earlier. It probably would have got him. Supreme managed to bring 1 back. Dacus looking to bring it back even more, but J-Money keeping his advantage in favor to Bot123. Just 2 players left, Tim and Supreme, and Tim's doing work towards the B site. Well, Sus is Supreme, I mean, towards A, and if you kill either one of them, that's where you want to go, but the bomb has been dropped. A site now clear, but Tim, he's got the bomb control, really. And if you're Max, you need to try and get that bomb towards A site, but that smoke, it's not going to help him much. Can't really run away. Now he can run, but Tim right behind his heels, and he's going to get the kill, Tim. And it's just leaves J-Money, but 15 seconds left. Tim knows where J-Money is, and Tim is playing this so well, and he gets the frag. 3-2, close game. Still in favor to Bot123, but the economy, again, it's not great on either side. Both keeping their economies low and making sure that no one can get that scope out or the car out, or even the STG, in fact. Only Max able to get a grand. Shotgun in the hands of Sus, so you're probably going to see him playing towards A site, maybe push in red or hold A site itself. Let's see what I can do here. Max showing for smoke once again, just hoping to get lucky. Pre-firing angles, which people commonly go in. That was a tree jump though. So far, no one really competitive, but it's actually Supreme gets the first kill onto Saint. Saint's been normally doing pretty well. Flashy gets a knife onto Sus, but it's not great since Dacus gets a frag onto Jamie, keeping the advantage. And he doesn't even have bomb Flashy, so he can't plant. Max needs to get this frag in bottom red, but unable to do so. And Icons does win the draw against Supreme though. And they can go towards the B site, and Flashy doing bits towards A. You can keep them towards A site, and if he gets this kill onto Fancy, which he does, a nice shot from Flashy. Gets one for himself, a headshot. Trying to get the second on tank position, but it's actually Tim on the B side, which is causing some problems for Max and Icons. Since Icons falls, just leaving Max alone. He does try and stick it. He does get it, in fact. Which is an achievement in itself, but 2 versus 2. Max needs to win this duel. And he does, so just leaving Dacus on a retake, which is going to be difficult for him. He does have the advantage that his position is unknown, but these after pump positions and Flashy, pretty good position if he just peeks stairs, and she does, but it's Dacus with the nice headshot into Flashy. Does smoke off, but he's expecting to be one more at statue maybe. But he doesn't expect him to be a tank or a truck, which he is at Max. And Max is a pretty good, capable player. He's in a good position, but it's Dacus who goes on top. Another clutch from him. 3K as well, and that's going to be the third round for Endpoint. 3-3. All tied up. And I believe the economy actually on Allies was pretty good after the game at round loss bonus, as well as the bomb plant, picking up the tokens as well. Only J-Money suffering a little bit, as well as Saint, but they will be able to have a pretty good buy. But finally, we're going to see the SDGs come out in the hands of Tim, but only just one. I mean, 2. Supreme also picks one up, but no utility on them. Actually, not much utility at all for Team Endpoint. And that could cause some problems into this round. It does seem like it's going to be a B, and Icons nade takes out Tim, which is going to convince them to push down B, but Supreme is still available. He's going to go in dark. And finally, Bot123 is going to start pushing, and Supreme, he's going to meet some action if they start pushing through that smoke. I think he's just made some noise, so they know his position, and that nade. That's actually J-Money. He kills him first before the nade, and Flashy gets one. Sus does manage to bring 2 back in favor, still in Bot123's hands, so Max just surviving from that nade, and Dacus again to order, unknown towards B. Sus is coming back towards to help him, but it's going to be difficult, but Sus finds a third kill, in fact, making it 2 versus 2. A little bit complacent, Bot123, but Max brings it back once more, and Max finds another kill. Gets himself a double. Good round there from Bot123. After losing the previous round from a clutch from Dacus. The economy looking pretty good. Keeping the economy up, while on the other side, only goes MP44 in the hands of Sus. Little utility. And it's that little utility which is going to make them suffer. They can't get those nade kills. They can't delay them with nades. And that's what you want to see in top level like this. You need to delay your opponents as much as possible. Smoke for the cross slope. A lot of smoke towards mid as well, which allows Bot123 to get into team and get that T control, but they're pushing red. Team Endpoint. Sus will go down, but there's still Fancy. Dacus does fall. Fancy is on the hot tails of Saint. Supreme finds Icons as well, but oh my god, the timing of that. Fancy managed to take down J-Money while Saint's back was towards him. And it does seem like they are heading towards A site instead, since all 3 players for Endpoint are towards B. One player still holding the flank, which is going to be Max. He's just going to make sure no one's going to push back out. It's just going to be important for him to get those frags. Kill Tim. If he gets Tim, and this is going to help Bot123, and Saint should be able to get the bomb down. Flashy there to help him, and Max only starting to rotate now. Tim on the whole of his heels, but it's really Fancy and Supreme he needs to be careful about. Right behind him, and Information not received yet, and Tim's gonna be able to get the confused Max strafe. Supreme still below, gets tagged up a little bit, and it pushes Saint, and he's gonna get the frag Saint, in fact, making it 2 versus 2. Fancy's actually on top of A, and he's gonna get knife from Saint. Really well played there from him, and Flashy's gonna get Tim. Bot123 extending the lead again, 5-3. And they're looking pretty similar to the last half, except for this time they're doing on allies instead of axes. Quite impressive. The buy again for Team Endpoint. Not looking too good. A nade on Fancy and 2 smokes on Supreme and Tim, but will that be enough to stop the onslaught, which is Bot123? Supreme looking for the cross, and he does spot it, but he's going to get tagged up, which is going to make him retreat. He is going towards the truck. He's going to get on top of the market, so he'll get here. Goes on towards truck, but it's actually Max who gets the opening kill onto Tim. Will they expect Supreme on top of this truck? I don't think they will. Icons take down Sus. Supreme managed to get one at least onto J Money, but that's all he will get. Saint will take him down as well as Flashy taking down Fancy. Just seeing Dackers to try and clutch it out again, but this time it's on 1 versus 4. It's not looking good for him at all. Only a good to work with, no utility. He can't bait them in with a smoke or use a nade to try and take out a player, and looks like Icons making sure he can't live much longer. Nice headshot from him. And that's going to be the 6th round. Double the digits of Team Endpoint, and Team Endpoint should be able to have a pretty decent buy in some MP44s. Maybe even try and get STG in play. No STG. MP44s all around pretty much, and Goers. In fact, Fancy's not even going to upgrade his weapon. It's going to stick with an MP28. Going for utility, which is what they need. They need to get this utility in play. Training with a B-nade, which only find one player. Only tags him up, Max. So he's going to survive and able to keep on pushing. But Saint's nade, that doesn't tag someone, that kills someone. Gives the advantage for Bot123. And Max is looking to try and extend that lead even further with his own nades. Doesn't expect Supreme on top of the smoke, but Saint, great positioning from him, able to capitalize on Supreme, but Sus, with the flank of his own, able to kill him, but he also drops the bomb, which is going to cause problems for Bot123. It's 3 versus 3, and Sus is going to call out that he's got bomb control. But it's going to be hard for J Money and Saint to try and get that bomb back, since Sus's position is pretty good. As the fact that he's got teammates covering his back in the hands of Team Fancy, and Tim aren't really covering his back. They're still holding B, which might cause some miscommunication, especially since if Sus falls, they can easily get a clear shot towards A side, which is what's happening right now. Maybe some miscommunication. I don't know. Maybe they thought there was still one player towards B side, but great position from Saint. He could even get a kill here onto Tim. He might even pushed it since his opponent is low, and he does win the fight. No, quite sketchy it was, and Saint's on a 4K. He could go for ace. I don't think his team wants to risk him trying to get the ace, and they just want to win the round. But he will get the ace in the end. Great play from Saint. Get himself the ace, causing openings and closing doors for Endpoint, making it 7-3. Now, I said to Dark that this match could go to all 3 maps, but right now, Bot123 looking like they're gonna run away with things. However, I might have said things a little bit too early. Things can obviously change. This could be the changing point. Depending how Team Endpoint plays. They have 2 players towards B. They don't have much utility. Fancy anyone with the most smoke and a nade. And actually, Dackers just want to open things up. He gets himself a double kill as well. Taking down Flashy. Finding a round which looks in favor for Team Endpoint, but Icons keeps that short, gets one for himself. Making it 4 versus 3, but Supreme takes down Max, and this is the type of gunfights which you need to win. Get those lurking players out and try and win those duels. Now it's just up to Icons and J Money trying to do things, but Icons is quite stuck, but he might be able to get this Coast push. Dackers does find Jane Money. But Icons finds Fancy. 1 versus 3. It's going to be difficult for him, especially since Dackers is still alive and Dackers has been on fire, but it's Tim who gets the final kill. Tim Endpoint. I said they can start making things coming back now. 7-4. They need to get this 5th round. They need to get the last 3 remaining rounds. They want to get 8-7. That's their scoreline right now. That's the best they can do. And it's possible for them to do so, since the economy is still a little bit sketchy, but Flash can buy something amazing like a Grand, which he has done. Saints bought a shotgun, so I would expect an A play coming in, since that shotgun is pretty useless towards B site, unless you get there fast. Which these nades from Endpoint should slow them down. Which they do. They might not even expect this late nade from Supreme. And they don't. Saint falls. I said they need to get there fast, but wasn't able to. Beat the nade of Supreme. Flashy though. Brings one back to still 4 versus 4, and there's still one player towards yellow. Which they might not expect. Fancy takes down Flashy. Making it 4 versus 3. Seems like they are heading towards the B-side. Tim takes down Max, making it 2 versus 4, and it should be an Endpoint round, especially since Supreme said to chime in. Tim was the one to get the frag. Looks a little bit sketchy for the last one on J Money. J Money does manage to take down Sus, making it slightly costly, but for 3 people surviving, 14 Endpoint. 7-5, slowly bring it back. And only 3 tokens on most of the players on Bot123. STGs coming out for Endpoint, as well as a few Garans, and in fact Tim's got a Garand and a Thompson. He's playing for the Allies right now. Let's see if they can keep this momentum up. Endpoint. They need to if they want to try and get back into the 2nd round, which can prove quite difficult. Nade from Supreme. Supreme's been pretty good with these nades so far, and I could actually find a play. He finds 2 players, in fact. I said he's been pretty good. He's proven that fact, taking down 2 players and Dackers with that push as well, taking out Flashy. Only Max and Icons left, and this should be the 6th round for Team Endpoint. Icons making it slightly more difficult. Takes down Sus for 3 versus 2. Bomb in possession of Dackers. It's going to prove difficult for Icons and Max to try and get back into this. Max almost getting a frag there. Gets one onto Dackers, but he's so low. That yellow player just pushes out. Probably could get the frag on Max. He's holding top yellow. Ooh, and then there we have it. Fancy takes him out, just leaving Icons left. 1 versus 2. He's pushing behind, and I think Tim just heard him there. He's unable to get the frag onto Fancy, and Tim's able to get him since he was so close to him. And all of the tokens from Fancy going into the 2nd to last round of the half. Was costly in the end after such a great round from Supreme, but still a round win, 7-6. Bring it back so slightly. Let's see what we can do here. Garand's a scope on Icons, and Saint with the Thompson. He's been playing pretty well with the SMGs. On the other side, seeing 2 STGs. Thompson and Icons with that scope, taking out Fancy. That's a great start for Bot123. They want to try and keep that momentum up. They want to keep that momentum up for this second to last round. They want to get the lead, try and get that advantage. But Dackers keeping that advantage short. J Money does manage to get Sus, but that was after Sus takes down Max, making it 3 versus 3. And all of the players are towards the A side, but they don't have Bomb. They need to go back and get Bomb, which one player broke a wall, and that's gonna be Dackers, who's been playing so well in this map, causing so much troubles for Bot123. But Flashy making sure he can't cause any more problems with that nade, taking him out. Should be able to allow him to try and get the Bomb, but Tim's now rotated. He's got Bomb control. And that's going to cause some problems, unless J Money has something to say about it. Just leaving Supreme in a 1 versus 3, and Supreme watching the angle, unable to get the frag. Another angle being held here from Bot123, and it's actually Icons who finish things up. 8-6. Half has been won for Bot123, and they are on the Allies' half, which is going to cause some problems for Team Endpoint. But it's the last round of the half now. How many times can I say half in a sentence? That's the real question. Probably a lot. But looking at Team Endpoint's weapons, doesn't look too good. Whereas comparison on the Allies, they've got everything they want: Garand, Scopes, Thompsons, utility which they need. In fact, Flashy could have spent the last bit of his coins to get some utility for himself, but I don't think he did. Sus is going to cause some troubles, but Dackers is the one opening things up. Dackers has been playing so well this half. It's probably the only reason why they got 6 rounds, but Flashy taking out Sus with a nice headshot. Saint finding Fancy as well, making it 4 versus 3. Advantage has been lost for Team Endpoint. And if they can take Dackers out, it should be around for Bot123. Tim, I need to find that frag. The Supreme taking over, but Icon's finding the frag instead, and Dackers is falling, just leaving Tim alone, and a 1 versus 4 in the last round of the half, which Flashy's gonna find. 3K for him. Half 1 for Bot123, 9-6.
Halftime.
And it's not looking too good for Endpoint once more. And thank you, Dark, for your kind comments in chat. It means so much for me, and what means even more if Bot123 wins and they have the chance to get into the major instead of Team Endpoint. This is a really competitive game, and it does seem like Bot123 have all got goers, no utility. On the other side, you've got a few carbines, a shotgun on the hands of Supreme, which is interesting on attack. So it looks like they are going towards A side. Supreme needs to find those entries. And also you've got rotations, but Supreme does find the entry, takes down Icons. He's looking for more. He gets a second one to Flashy. Saint, he will take down Fancy himself. But Sus keeping the advantage in favor of Team Endpoint. A site is in control, but they don't have bomb yet. Sus he'll take down Max Strafe, just leaving J Money alone, and the 1 versus 3, and he's gonna fall to the hands of Dackers, who's been playing so well this game. 17-13. And pretty much carrying the backs of Endpoint. Fancy 3-14, which is unlike him normally. You see him on the other end of the scoreboard. Good start from Team Endpoint in this half. Let's see if they can keep that up. 3 goods in the hands of the Axes, as well as a shotgun on Icon, so he's going to be the one on A site. And it does seem like they are heading towards A site once more. Getting coastal control. It's going to be difficult for the Axes to try and hold this defense, but it does seem like Fancy's going to get the first kill with a nice nade. He's going to find Sane as well. J-Money gets a quick trade, but he's alone on the site. Players surrounding the A-bomb site. Bottom A, back A. They're not on the A side just yet. J-Money, don't know where to look. Flashy, though, does manage to get the headshot of Sus, making it slightly easier. 3 versus 3. There's still 2 players beneath him, and he finally peeks out, but he's got a shotgun, Tim. He needs to be careful. J-Money does do a lot of damage, but it's actually Dackers who finds the Flashy. Yeah, 2 versus 3, and Dackers even finds Max, leaving J-Money alone on site. And he will be able to get Tim. And he gets a nice headshot onto Dackers, just leaving Supreme in a 1 versus 1. Really great play here from J-Money. He's got bomb control, but doesn't know where Supreme's going to go. 20 seconds left. He has to go towards A side. He needs to win this duel. And that's all he can do, really. Does have a shotgun, but you would expect him to be prone. Shotgun in play. Won't push out just yet, and it's a headshot from J-Money. Clutching in a 1 versus 3, getting a 4K. Getting the 10th round. What a clutch from J-Money. Let's see if they can carry this momentum up. 10-7. MP44 and Saint. 4 goers on the rest. J-Money having a Combine in his back pocket, while on the other side you see Saint Supreme with the Thompson. 3 carbines. Sorry, my head's going. But it's actually J-Money gets the first opening kill. Supreme gets a quick trade with the Thompson. Still making it 4 versus 4. This half has been a little bit more competitive than the last. You have to remember the start of the first half was very, very competitive. But it's actually Saint who takes down Dackers, giving them an advantage for Bot123. Let's see if they can keep that advantage up. They don't. I want to play a little bit more discipline now. They've got control of the map. They don't need to lose players, especially since you have that player in spawn. Icon's bottom A, and he also out the bottom red player, but he's not going to win the duel. Back 8 players pushing onto him, which he's not being aware of, and Fancy's going to capitalize on that. In fact, he could get the Saint, in fact, but Saint's going to win that duel. He's going to get a second kill, in fact, taking down Supreme. Just leaving Tim bottom A. Will Supreme, Saint expect it? He's going to hear the tokens being collected. Saint just keeping him busy, and he gets the kill. Great play from Saint, getting himself a 4K. He's playing so well on this map. In fact, in this series, 11-7 for Bot123. Bot123, better name to be honest. I agree. Bot123. I should stop calling him that instead. But goes in the hands of the Axis as well as a carbine. Good play for Bot123 so far. 11-7. But you have to look at the weaponry on Team Endpoint. They've got everything which they want really, except for utility. And there isn't much utility on the hands of Bot123 because it's been clutch plays which is keeping them in the game so far. But Icons, nice push for him, getting that advantage, killing Dackers. Supreme though, getting a knife kill onto Flashy, keeping this game a little bit more competitive. But if Icons can get that kill, which he won't, he doesn't like his odds. Trading, and Fancy's going to take that match straight, giving himself B site. It's going to be 3 versus 4 retake situation for Bot123. It's going to be difficult. Fancy up instead. Sus going to take down J-Money, which going to keep their advantage up in play, and Icons pretty much in a tough situation. Has to find 2 players here. Finds one, only one he can get. Saint now has to clutch it once more, but he's unable to. Supreme catching him out. 11-8. It's getting close. 17-15 on Supreme. 19-16 on Dackers. On the other side, you see 19-10 on Flashy. Saint, Icons, and J-Money all on 17 kills. It's surprising that it's this close with those kills on the other side. But Saint, he's got himself a shotgun, so it might be he's gonna play towards A. On the other side, they're going towards B. Supreme got shotgun up himself as well as an MP44. Max unable to find anything through smoke again. Can I start expecting stuff happening on B side? J-Money and Flashy both here. Flashy and Saint and Icons all finding the kills themselves. Finally, J-Money chiming in, taking down Supreme, and Flashy's gonna find the head of Fancy. Quick round coming in from Bot123. No one dying. And that's gonna give him the 12th round, keeping their lead. Tough game for Team Endpoint. 12-8, Bot123. If they win this map, they win the series. And they'll be playing tomorrow, I believe. On the other side, Team Endpoint will go home. J-Money gets a kill through smoke. Icons finds one more on Dackers. J-Money finds another. Tim does find Saint on the other hand, but J-Money's in a tough situation. But he goes out for more kills, which probably wasn't the best idea. Tim is low, but he wins the duel. Icons does get Supreme on the other hand, making it 3 versus 1. But you don't see him living much longer. Bot123's been playing so well. Aim's been so crisp. Tim needs to try and equal that, and more so. Max able to find him. 13-8. Let's say number 13, a little bit unlucky. Let's see if Endpoint can get a little bit lucky. Maybe not. New name, start point. Let's see if they can do something. 3 carbines on the hands of the allies. On the other side, You see Goers, 2 cars, in fact, Flashy and J-Money, and an STG on the hands of Saint. Saint's been playing so well this series. Let's see if we can keep that up. Pushing them coast, no information gained. Actually, a lot of information gained. He's got no one there, and Flashy's the one which actually going to get the first kill. I need to find the second onto Sus, and Sus is going to retrieve himself a nice car. He's going to retreat. And Fancy's going to find icons, but it's J-Money. Takes down Sus himself, making it 3 versus 3. Finally, Endpoint gonna start pushing onto the site. It's gonna be difficult, especially since J-Money's in a great position to take out Tim. Max also finds one onto Fancy. Dackers is stuck on site. Dackers tried his hardest, but unable to find the last remaining 2 players. That's gonna be the 14th round for Bot123. 2 players surviving. Economy slowly deteriorating, but we keep on finding a way to win these rounds. And only 2 more rounds remain. If Bot123 wins the next 2 anyway. This Endpoint needs to create a massive comeback. We need to find 8 rounds to win. Difficult. It does seem like they are favoring towards the B side. They have had most of their success towards A, I believe, but they like winning the duels on the B side. But in the end, the duels have been in favor for Team Bot123. And Flashy with that car, don't like his odds for anyone facing him. However, he is missing his shots. Max, though, there to back him up, takes out Sus, who was so dangerously close, but that nade just managed to dodge it, Flashy. Max getting tagged up a little bit, but he's going to retreat. But team already rotated, and the flank unable to work. J-Money does fall to the hands of Fancy, and Max unable to find that player on wood. They will find Fancy though in the end. All 3 versus 3. Now Tim managed to find Max. Fancy, Flashy having some trouble right now, and now it's all in favor of Team Endpoint. Saint left in a 1 versus 3. No utility on him, only an STG. And that back yellow player, he's going to spot him out. And he's going to be pretty difficult for him to retake. At this point, you might as well just save if you're saying you don't have the economy. All players are on 0, so you only get 1 token each. Does manage to get token low in out. But he needs to escape. And he doesn't. Supreme with a nice headshot, making sure he doesn't able to save that STG. He does pick up a Thompson for his troubles. 14-9. It looked like it was going to go in favor of Bot123, but somehow Team Endpoint managed to win the duels in the end. And managed to clutch it out. Let's see what they're going to do here. Goes on all of the Axis players, minus Saint, who's got himself a shotgun. Who's, again, probably going to play towards A. If you got a shotgun, you can go in bottom red. You can push, try and get a kill there, and retreat. Or you can even go towards coast, play coast angle, get that kill, switch towards red. You can do a lot of things with the shotgun. And I do love seeing it, but Supreme, look, he's going to get an opening kill onto Icons. Team Market. And J-Money with the quick trade, but not for long since Sus. Such aggression from him, taking down Max Strafing. He's not going to, well, Saint's not going to expect him to push up that far. That's the A site secured, leaving Flashy and J-Money towards the B site alone. And the B, and the bomb should start going towards A. J-Money and Flashy could have a chance to deny this if they peak at the right time. Man, they just missed their chance. But 4 versus 2, you don't really see their chances of winning. Especially since the bomb will start to go down. If you're Flashy and J-Money, you probably want to try and save. Just get some kills just to make sure they can't keep their weaponry. Oh, what a shot from Flashy. Great with the bait. And then a nice headshot on aims on my screen. But needs to find some more. Sus takes down Flashy, just leaving J-Money. Doesn't look like Sus will. J-Money's going to survive since he's stuck in the corner. Shotgun in hand on Sus. And finally, finish things up 14-10. Gap slowly closing for Team Endpoint. Sus with a 4K, in fact. A nice round from him. But that only brings him up to 13 kills. Supreme and Dackers both on 20. On the other side, you have 3 players on 28. Saint on 18, and Max, he was top fragging in the last map, having a little bit of trouble with this one. Let's see what they can do here. 14-10. No nade kill just yet, but it does seem like they are going towards A side, and it does seem like Bot123 are expecting it. Supreme able to win the duel against Saint. Icons though managed to find one, managed to find the second in fact, but he expects from behind low. Bomb has been dropped, so he can get some control from that. And Fancy takes on J Money. Bomb collected in the hands of Dacus. So you should start seeing the point coming in very soon. It's going to be a tough retake. They do have MB28s, which is favorable in these close range duels, and Fancy is isolated, and they can isolate Fancy, which Fancy managed to isolate Icons instead. It's going to prove difficult. Fancy keeping these players on toes. Max strength unable to find the frag. Flashy trying to help out, but Flashy's going to fall to the hands of Fancy, and Fancy's going to find another one, a 3k for him. I mean, a 4k for him, in fact. Good run from him, even despite the fact that Supreme was the one which opened up a site. 14-11. Close game coming in now. Endpoint finally awake, finally getting these rounds, but it probably helps that the economy of Bot123 hasn't been there, but now it has. Flashy and J-Malik both have cars. Saint picking up an STG, and then you've got MP44s on Icons and Max Strength, as well as some nades. And it's those nades really which are going to cause all of the damage. If you can get those early nade kills, it's going to give you an advantage into the round. Of course, the disadvantage is you don't get a token, but really the kill is the most important part. It does seem like he's going to be a quick piece. Supreme does spot out one player, but he's unable to find the frag. But when do you expect one player in yellow? Just this push coming in from Max. He needs to be careful because he does have a shotgun, but it's actually Fancy with the SMG who's going to win, as well as Sus taking out Icons, giving an advantage for Team Endpoint, and J-Money needs to start rotating to try and get early towards B. But Dackers finds Flashy, leaving J-Money and Saint to try and do something, salvage the round, but it just looks like they want to save. 45 seconds. It's going to be tough for them to save, but they probably want to bundle up, try and get some kills, some exit frags at least, because they're going to want to hunt. If Saint can get that kill now, it would help them a lot. They have bundled up now, covering each other. And if you're Team Endpoint, you probably want to hunt these players out, make sure they have nothing going into the next round, because J-Money has that car, Saint's got that SCG and a smoke, which he can play with. So tokens which you can take away. Saint will use that smoke to try and deter any pushes. He's going to try and kill these players towards coast, but he's unable to find any frags just yet. J-Money struggling with his car, in fact. But Saint takes down Sus. Supreme, though, able to find one, and he gets the knife onto Saint, denying the guns being saved from Bot123 and getting the 12th round for the Allies. Thompsons and a lot of SMGs being played, in fact, from Team Endpoint. After having so many players survive, I think they only lost 2, which was Sus and Tim. On the other side, Guers, just Guers, and it looks like it's a half buy since they do have 2 tokens left in the bank, so they're just going to try and make this difficult for Team Endpoint. It does seem like they're going for a split and pick. Spreading across, having 2 players push towards mid, maybe actually 4 players push towards mid. You make it a 5. Doesn't look like it's going to be a split anymore. It's just going to be a push down there, trying to get those jewels, and Dackers is going to win the first jewel onto Max. Coming in. And Fancy and Sus both finding ones themselves with those Thompsons. Looking at like 2 versus 5, and not much J-Money and Flashy can do, even with Guers. You have to kind of count them out. Let's see what we can do here. J-Money and connect up. He's going to get the first jewel, but he's going to miss the player because of the player model. And won't get the Sus. Great positioning from him. And Flashy managed to get one at least, taking down Supreme. But he's going to have a 2 order, try and keep more and trying to deny some weapons and tokens off Endpoint right now. Fancy finds the head of Flashy, making it 14-13. Close game. Coming in now, it was very, very one-sided in the first half, and now 14-13. It's only favor of Bot123, and they have the economy to buy stuff, but they need to win this round. If they don't win this round, this could go onto the third map. Flashing cars, where's J Money? Same with the STG. So far, these cars haven't been doing their job. They probably should want to use more utility over the car itself. Maybe stick with an STG, fire smoke, not even a nade. Somehow surviving from the push from actually on coast from Saint. Telling him to find his mark, and it does seem like he has his teammate backing him up low. But it's Flashy gets opening kill onto Sus, but he needs to be careful. Supreme, if he's not, could die here. J Money, I mean Icons, but oh, Supreme falls off the edge of the map. Tim does find Saint, and Icons does fall, but it's a 3 versus 2 in favor. Make that a 2 versus 2 since Tim does find Flashy. So it's back to all even, and Bomb is in the hands of Tim, so they can get towards A site unless one of these players have something to say about it. What a shot from Fancy though, taking out J Money. That's the advantage now. Max Strafe gonna struggle. Nade though, gonna push them off the site. Not enough though. Not gonna find any kills because they need to get those kills. Let's jump up on the tank. Unable to find the frag though since Fancy does win it out. 3 kills for Fancy, 2 kills for Tim. Great comeback after losing the advantage, making it 14-14, and now it's all tied up. It's been a while since we've seen it tied up between these two teams. And we could see Endpoint possibly taking the lead for the first time on this map. It's gonna be difficult though. Primo does pick up the scope, which is the first time in a while which we've seen it. I think last time we saw it was Icons on his allied side. J Money almost falling to the nade, but will be surviving for the time being. But a lot of MP44's used, so they need to stay close range. And does spot one player going into connector, but Icons gets the first frag onto Dakas, as well as Max taking out Supreme. That's the scope player, and Icons getting a knife now. This could be match point for Bot123 if they can keep this up. Even if they lose Team Endpoint, they'd still have economy, but Tim and Sus both taking down plays each, making it slightly more competitive. 2 versus 3. It's not over just yet. It's not over until a fat lady sings, and he could sing and that might count, but I don't want it over just yet. Max does manage to take down Sus at least. Tim does have bomb and he is going towards A site, but there is one player on the A site, which is Saint. Saint, it's been quiet in the last few rounds, but could step up here. He's looking in the right angle. He is in the closet, and Tim looks like he wants to check it. Sus, Saint looking a little bit suspicious, but it's Tim who goes out on top, and he's going to get the bomb down. And I don't think any one of these players can do will be able to stop it. The nade, close, but not close enough. Smoke goes out, gives Tim a little bit more time. And blocks vision for Max, but they need to start getting close. 35 seconds. They need to retake the site together. They need to make sure that Tim can't get in the single frag. So maybe they could split. One goes through the door, one goes on top of tank and jumps in, or could just go in together and hope for the best. Thompson, pretty good gun to get double kill with. They are pushing in, peeking in, and it's Max who gets the first kill, and that's going to be match point for Bot123. It's not over yet, and it's in favor to Bot123. And if they win this next round, they have won the series. If Endpoint wins, it will go into overtime. Very, very close game. Does seem like we're having a pause coming in from Bot123. And pause has been issued just in time, but actually it's like they're gonna go straight back into the round. A little bit confusing, but let's look at what they're gonna buy. Saint getting an STG and some utility. Icons, same thing. J-Money with the MP44, but it's Max. He's got all the utility he needs. He's got cars, Waz, a Thompson on Flashy, got an STG and a nade. On the other side, you see Thompson's a Garand on Tim B, and a nade and a carbine on Supreme. It's going to be difficult. It's still possible for Endpoint to get this into overtime because they want to play the third map. But it's actually insane. He gets opening kill. Almost Icon's going down to Nate himself, but he will survive. And you want to keep this advantage. You want to play discipline. You don't want to peek too much. You just want to peek enough. And Flashy extending that lead, taking down Sus. But Icon needs to be careful. He needs to get this kill, which he does, taking out Dacus. Fancy and Supreme left alive, 2 versus 5. Sus even calls it GG. And Fancy, he's not over yet. He gets one, but Flashy takes him out, just leaving Supreme. And Supreme's not looking too hopeful. 1 versus 4. One player close up. He's going to lose his head to Supreme. J-Money a little bit too eager there to finish this game. Supreme just wants to survive. He wants to try and cause as much damage trying to get that win. This is the last round of the game. If he wins it, he will go into overtime, but it's a tall order, 1 versus 3. He gets tagged up so much. His position is known, and it's Saint to finish things off, and that's game over, ladies and gentlemen. Bot123 managed to beat out Endpoint, knocking them out and proceeding into the next stage, making their chances of getting that major spot even more likely. Really good game, really tight.